So WVT Laboratory, it was spawned from a clinical background. Our core business has been toxicology, testing urine for drugs of abuse.
We switched from toxicology to virology when the pandemic started and worked with OSU to test for COVID.
In the beginning, if we rewind March, April 2020, we're all on major lockdown and seeing testing clinics at Dodger Stadium or whatever, trying to be as touchless as possible. Also with paperwork.
When we started doing COVID testing, we began with the system of paper requisition forms. And we quickly realized that with the paper requisition forms, the patients filling those out, not providing all the information, that we realized we needed a better solution.
COVID-19, we basically have evolved to social distancing and washing your hands. Because of that, I think from a software perspective, we start thinking a lot about how do we evolve our software in order to live within a world where everything should be contactless to keep people safe.
Manny Cruz and I met in college, and when I started Concept Systems, he brought the idea of a toxicology lab, and it made a lot of sense. So I partnered up with him to start UVT labs. When COVID hit, Manny, knowing what we did at Concept Systems, basically called me up one day and said, "Hey, can you develop a system that's like the e-ticketing system for the airlines?" And again, based on our technology expertise, I said, absolutely.
Start to finish, digital collection to digital reporting of the sample. So there's got to be some sort of touch point, basically, because you do need to grab DNA. So luckily, we can have the patients do that themselves via a self-swab.
After the sample is received at the lab, we'll scan it in, we'll check it in, and then we'll test it. Then for reporting, we are just able to upload a single file to LabDash, and then it submits the email notifications out to all of the patients.
So LabDash is built for these different people, these different user types, and kind of bringing them together in the testing process. What also brings all of that together is the way that we track tests through the system, and that's all done based on barcodes. So our system will auto-generate barcodes. With that, it'll link the barcode at some point in the process to a patient. And that way, those two are connected always, and basically the lab can immediately have access to that information.
The goal behind designing LabDash was to build a system that would be efficient for the laboratory and the patient.
Really, the beauty of LabDash is that there is really no difference in organization size. If it's a two-person auto shop or a 15,000 person manufacturing company. So introducing LabDash from the patient perspective has made a difference. Really, I'd like to say speed and efficiency for, and as I mentioned earlier, the importance of turnaround time. I just think that it's been immensely important, kind of just at the base of everything of how efficient we are today.